Okay, we are live. We're going to start, call the meeting to order, 7:02. If we can please stand for prayer and pledge. Start with prayer. Heavenly Father, please look over us tonight as we work for the town and town's business and the people of this wonderful town. Please guide us in the development of any of the laws and grants that we are looking to receive. In your name, amen.
Amen.
And pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Be seated. All right. We don't have anybody currently viewing online, but everyone should have in front of them their packet for this evening. Let's get to the agenda. So I'll start with the privilege of the floor. Does anyone have anything they would like to bring before the planning board at this time? All right. Thank you. And still nobody online with the chat, so no comments. If we can look over the agenda, if anyone has any questions, comments, or complaints. There's also a packet copy on the table there if you would like, Jamie. If anyone doesn't have any changes, if I can have a motion to approve the agenda, quick and painless.
I motion to approve the agenda.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Yeah, second.
Okay, thank you. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. All right. The agenda has been approved. Also, there is a copy of the minutes, the draft. Give everyone a chance to look those over. And if there are any comments or note changes, if I can have a motion to approve or edit the minutes.
I make the motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I'll second.
Okay. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Okay, minutes have been approved. No longer a draft. Correspondence, the emails from Elaine, and I also received planning news. So I'll pass that around. I think everyone usually gets a copy either sent to their house or here, but this time it showed up here, oddly. New business, code enforcer update.
Not going to happen.
Not going to happen. I didn't realize he's on vacation. I just saw that on the door, the 2nd through the 12th. So no update. I did not get a call or any notification, so I have nothing, unfortunately, to present at this time for that. New York State Department of Transportation Clean Air Act grant for pedestrian walkways, bike lanes. I know Robin and myself have talked with Bill Leonard, as when he was on the town board, he was going for a grant from New York State to continue our walkway and do our walking circle as it's set forth in our comprehensive plan. which would take the sidewalk all the way from down
By the cemetery.
by the cemetery, through the cemetery, through the town property, town hall property, connected up with the sidewalk for the Dollar General, and then extended all the way down to the car wash, and then loop back around. So we at one point did get some paperwork bids and everything else. So we're going to try to get that paperwork. I don't know if you had more luck than I did.
I've gotten online, and the only question I had before we even begin this, it says 80% of the project is project-related costs, and then the 20% provided by the project sponsors. So who would be the sponsor? That would be the town, correct?
Sponsors in this case would have to be the town. Now, when I talked with the Department of Transportation, they said there was no out-of-pocket funds. So,
Yeah, so that was what I thought
Okay.
that's what we had talked about
Yeah,
before, so I wanted
yeah.
to ask.
okay.
And one other question is, I mean, I realize they want it from here all the way to the gas station or
Car wash.
car wash. That's fine. You ever thought about doing it on the opposite side of the road?
It would be preferred, we talked about that before. They would have to, basically where the guardrails are, by
Mhm.
the fire station, they would have just bring fill in behind that, and then right about at the end of where those trailers are, they would have to bump it around behind the guardrail, and then, because that would be preferred, because then there'd be no cross trafficking.
Yeah, that was my question, because to me, here you're going and then you're gonna cross by
Right.
the gas station, and that is a very
Mhm.
Bad
scary
intersection.
intersection as it is. So-
Agreed.
And I know about 15 years ago, they had talked about that. 15 years ago, this was in discussion. And they had thought about doing a walkway even behind the Dandy at that
Right.
point.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I think that part is actually there,
okay,
a trail
a
anyway.
trail's there, okay.
Well, yeah, all they'd have to do is come on this side of the Dandy, they just had to put a set of stairs, or maybe a long ramp with no
Yeah.
stairs
It
of concrete
really
going
can't be
behind them.
stairs. It'd have to be a
Like
And
a
that near
ramp.
ramp.
incline.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any concern about flooding since that area is prone to high water?
No.
No.
No, because
Get there.
the low point would be the bridge.
Okay, I'm talking about down behind the Dandy, like down there. Are you talking about?
I would think it'd be like the walkway in Owego. When it floods, you just don't use it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or if
Hopefully you're
it,
smart enough.
if it floods, you go through the Dandy parking lot.
Yeah.
But there's not gonna be a lot of people walking.
But
at
we
that
would need a
point.
crosswalk.
Right.
And that might tie in with the traffic light we want to try to get for the fire station again.
Oh, they're looking into that.
They
again.
want a flashing yellow that could turn to a red,
Mhm.
so that when the truck's coming out, they could change the light. So
Mhm.
right now it'd be flashing red for them to come out.
Right,
But if there's a fire, they could change it to a flashing.
Wait a minute, it'd be a
red-
flashing
red,
yellow.
a red for the other way.
yeah,
Because really, sometimes it's a curve and sometimes it's hard to see.
Right.
I had asked for that 25 years ago and they gave me a sign. So we're gonna ask for it again.
yeah. Well, that was just, we were discussing this and I thought, gosh, you're gonna have to do somewhat of a crosswalk there.
Mhm.
Across from there, would it be best if it was on the opposite side?
Yeah.
You're not going into another park. You got traffic going in and out of the
Mhm.
ice cream store, and then you've got Simcoe Road, and
Yeah.
so that's, I think, a lot.
Well, it
Or
would,
maybe we can at least get it. I mean, I agree that other
Yeah.
side, but and then on this side, maybe at least get it from here to the ice cream store, because a lot of people do walk on the side of the road over there, and
Right.
they're gonna have to cross either way, because a lot of
Right.
people do go to the ice
Yeah,
cream
I
store.
know that.
yeah, it'd be nice to continue this one.
Yes.
Mhm.
But either way, if it needs a 20%, we would need to get a sponsor for the project.
Being a sponsor other than the town of Candor.
Well, the town doesn't have the funds.
Do we have any idea of the total overall cost for this? Was there a projection?
Well-
Bill was,
Bill had paperwork and he forwarded it a lot to me, but because it was so old, I'm not able to click into where he put the project in.
and he was supposed to get it to me, and he
Yeah, and he has it, and I would have thought, that the town would have a copy of it here.
Mhm.
In order for us to submit something, wouldn't the town have a copy somewhere?
I don't know. I know
They should.
because they should.
It'd
But
probably be in the file cabinet in the office there.
Okay.
we could
but-
certainly look.
You could
I
ask
can-
Ginny if she was around then.
Maybe she would know. or-
Yeah, because we had different clerks over the years. We had Sue Condon, we
She
had,
was around then.
what's that?
She was around then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
okay.
when Connie and Ginny were,
Okay.
because it was when Bill was on the
Yeah.
town board.
All right. So I'll contact Ginny.
The other thing about the 20%, they would accept in kind. So if the town provided the services of bulldozing out and,
Right, yeah, you can offset labor
right.
you're right.
So that would, that's a lot of the work. I mean, there's the concrete and the form, but
But
A
if
lot
we
of
could
it
have our
would-
town department do some of the excavation work, that
Yeah.
could potentially. Yeah, I mean, and there is a deadline on this, which I know is,
The 29th of September.
29th of September, so
We're getting really close.
yeah.
Do we know who the village worked with? They get a grant to upgrade the sidewalks last year.
I'm not sure, we can ask though.
We can ask Glenn.
That was to add the handicap ramps.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
2 years
2
ago.
years
then
ago.
They just did, was it last summer they did the work? Or year before that?
I think that was last year's work was part of the state project of
It was
paving.
the year before COVID that they did the work.
Yeah, 2019 was,
Because Firehouse Cafe was open, and that helped shut it down.
Right.
All that construction out in front.
so.
So 2019, maybe summer of 2019.
All right, so more to come
More to come on that.
on that.
Terrible when you remember everything.
Under old business, again, I want to thank the Board of Appeals for coming to our last meeting and assisting us with the site plan development approval form. I took all the comments and suggestions that were made at that meeting and did one final update, including all the comments and everything as a date at the bottom. I was able to somehow get it in there without changing the outlook of the form. But I wanted everyone to look it over one last time, see if anyone had any comments, any last comments, and then I can provide this to the code enforcement officer and for their review. Yeah.
I could say, he's gonna review it and then it goes to the town for approval.
Doesn't have to go to the town for approval because this is a form used for the planning board
This is
to
our
help
work-
us. Yeah.
worksheet.
Yeah, so this does not need approval by the town. And actually, I mean, the code enforcement officer, basically review would just be if he sees anything that's essential that's missing, but we've only added, we haven't taken away, so I don't see where there would be any issues.
So once he reviews this and gives us his okay, we're gonna put this on our website.
I think that is the plan, and the files,
Okay.
files here, so Angie will be able to do that as our webmaster.
Okay.
Yes, and I was thinking, did you want that? You didn't want it to be a form that someone could fill in online to send to the code enforcement, or
No.
didn't we?
Probably print it and bring it
Okay.
in.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
guess print for now. I do know that they are working on doing
The other
a
thing,
the other
whole,
ones,
yeah,
Yeah,
a whole form, but this is again more for us to benefit, so at least they know ahead of time the information that they can provide.
I got a script.
Okay,
Yeah, before it's good.
I know we don't need formal approval, but I'll ask, do I have a motion to move forward with the?
I'll make a motion to move forward with the
Site plan development
Yes.
approval form.
site plan development form.
Second,
I second it.
all those in favor, please say aye, or any discussion, sorry. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye, opposed, nay. All right.
Candy, you seconded?
I did.
Oh, you did, sorry. I
That's
heard,
okay.
yeah.
All right, old business B, infrastructure, the ongoing infrastructure. So I did submit a request to the Cornell University Design Connect team. That is the team that did help do the design of our pavilion out there. It also worked with some others for a walkway around the building and a play area and all this other stuff that didn't turn out. That being said, I did invite them to a planning board meeting to actually meet with them, to discuss ideas and brainstorm. I have not heard back as of yet. The school season has yet to start, but I wanted to get it in early so that way, if there are other requests, we'll be closer to the top. I did put the web address on there if anyone does want to go to the website to look at projects that they have done. They also have a blog and a few other kind of connections from their Facebook and others.
And is their work, is it voluntary or do they?
It's a volunteer student organization in the architecture and design group at Cornell. And what they do is they do it for community service, but they also do it to help them learn and understand how to go about getting grants for municipalities. To
Part of
how,
their course, they
Right.
they sign up to do different projects.
And they get credit for it.
Yep.
A
So
win-win
it's
situation.
a win-win all around. Yeah.
The only thing is you have to get it done within the school year,
That semester or that.
because once they leave, there's no transition. It's like the teacher's there, but that's it.
But they, in the past, what they have done is presented tremendous work, and they even provide like the official book that can be handed out to get pricing, and that has all the maps, scales, everything written out.
And they'll come with poster board,
Yeah.
phone board,
Do presentations for the town.
displays. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they do a great job. So I look forward to hearing back from them and seeing what they can provide. And that brings me to the last part of old business, which is the opening of a planning board position. Did hear from Bill that it's going to be a very slow process, but we'll see how it goes. But I will be leaving the planning board to move to the town board at their starting next week at their planned meeting, taking the place of George Williams, and then of course having to do a write-in campaign for November, as I was not part of the primaries due to the sudden death of George Williams, and that kind of threw a wrench into how things worked. I wasn't planning on being on the town board, but there's there. But it has been an absolute pleasure and honor working with
Done a
all
really
of you.
good job.
You're doing a great job.
So thank you very much for
But
everything.
you're gonna be the liaison.
Yes,
Between the town board.
that is what I told the town board, that I will act as a liaison. I will still be coming to all of the planning board meetings, unless of course my schedule doesn't allow for it. I do take vacation once in a while, as we all do.
Oh, no.
But I will at least get to, I would say, at least 90 to 95% of them. And still be able to assist with any questions, and then take this over to the town board and give them the monthly review, as I've been doing for the past few years anyway, but in a different seat. So.
Now, for that position, like Jamie's here just to see what we do.
Yep. So,
Do we have to post the position?
Yes.
yeah,
Sorry.
by law, the position does have to be posted. I did submit a posting, however, it has not been posted as of yet. So the process is being a little slower than normal, but it will be, and we'll go from there. But basically, what we do, I can give a quick rundown of the planning board. So. The town board is basically our boss, if you want to look at it that way. We are in charge of designing and implementing and presenting to the town and the town board the comprehensive plan, which is a very large document which utilizes town surveys, town correspondence, and all kinds of different information to say where we want to go in the future as a town. We also are responsible for the upkeep and edits of any of our laws and any new laws. We come together and write those and then present them to the town board for public review and then final voting before, if approved, goes on to Albany, which then becomes an official law within our town. And we do also take any correspondence from the town. We have it open, privilege of the floor, as we started the meeting with. If anyone comes with any issues before us, we gladly listen to them. Another big portion of our job is site plan review. So if there's going to be any large structures being built, for instance, the Dollar General that's out here, that went through a multi-month process of them presenting the information to us giving feedback. We did a public hearing on that where, we had, it was one of the largest public hearings I think we had in the town, but we had over, I think it was 81 people showed up for that. And voiced their opinion, and they are entitled to do that. And we were here to hear their grievance, many of which were grievances. But in the end, there was unfortunately nothing that we could do to stop it due to the fact that we do not have zoning in our town.
And it is in our comprehensive plan that
It
we
is.
want.
Yep, it is in our comprehensive plan to gain additional business and tax revenue. So we really had no leg to stand on to turn them down as long as they were following all the laws, which they were. And that's another big portion of what our responsibility is, doing the research to ensure that during the site plan review, that the laws are being followed. That with the code enforcement officer, who's really one of our biggest advocates for this board. Wow, that was interesting. So we
Planning board and law.
we work, we do a lot, but it's a great board to be on. And then when we do have a lot of things going on, occasionally we do meet for a workshop the last Monday of a month, typically not during the summers, but the workshop is where we brainstorm and validate certain laws and things of what we're actually working on to ensure that ours corresponds with other areas or meets state building code or anything like that. And anybody else have any additions to
On the workshops, we can't vote on anything.
Right.
Because it's not open to the public. I mean,
Well, it's open to the public.
we don't,
It's
but
not a regular
it's
meeting.
not like our posted regular meeting. Yeah, they can walk in if they want to. We're not going to stop them.
Right.
But it's just mainly for us to work on stuff that we need to.
Rarely, every few years, we may use a workshop as a public meeting for a special condition, but that's very rare. But normally, it's just a workshop.
Mhm.
What questions do you have for us?
Well, how long is is it an appointment?
It's an appointment for
Elected?
five years.
Yeah.
So you would finish the term of Ed
Me.
and then be reappointed if you so chose.
How much you got left, Ed?
2022 is the end of my term, so it'd be
So
through the end
December.
of next year.
So, yeah, so you'd have more than a year, and then
And
it's a
if-
5-year term.
Yeah, the town board is the one that appoints the members to the planning board. So how the process typically goes is once it's advertised as the position, anyone that is interested just submits a resume and a cover letter indicating why you think you would be a good fit for the planning board. We've all been through this process. And the planning board will meet with everyone, talk about your interests, get to know the people a little bit better. and have an open conversation to get more information. And then the planning board will meet privately in executive session and basically present or create a list of their top candidates. That list then goes over to the town board and they review it. And they're ultimately the ones that make the final decision. There have been many, many cases where the top one from the planning board was not the one that the town board actually nominated. I was one of them. I was not a first place contender initially. So, but it does happen.
Honestly, I think you're the only, since I've been here, I think you're the only one that broke the mold.
Well, I'm glad I was able to.
We're glad.
But yes, that's typically how the process works, and then they will also go into executive session and vote, and then after executive session ends, they can close out their meeting officially with the nominee.
Executive session just means that the public's not invited.
Right.
No, it means more than that.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
it's
a
all
few
confidential.
conditions, and
Yeah.
There are no minutes. You can't discuss anything that happened there with anyone else outside of our board. We discuss legal matters there. We discuss things involving money and personnel.
Yeah.
Only certain times can we go into executive session.
so. Any other questions?
Nope, I'm good. right now.
Okay.
Are you
How
interested?
long is this gonna be open for, the, application?
Well, it's gotta be posted.
Yeah, it needs to be posted when I don't, with the way the summer is right now, I don't know when the town clerk is going to get it posted. But once it's posted, there's usually at least a month or two leaving it open for the applicants to submit. And then, so I would say probably it would be around October, November that the board will be.
So what would happen is after we would choose, let's say, 3 finalists, and we'd invite them to come one at a time, and we'd interview them, talk to them, find out how they feel on certain things, and answer their questions. And then we would choose a 1, 2, and a 3. Then we present it to the town board, and the town board, of course, has the authority to choose who they want. So usually they take.
But we have a voting member on the board here, so.
Right.
Cause Ed's gonna be there next week.
Starting next week.
Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. By now, I'll be sworn in. So, but that's the process.
Did we scare you away yet?
Typically, the meetings do run longer than a half hour, but my record was 18 minutes. I think the one time we really had nothing on the calendar. It was
But
boom, 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 boom.
well, I've also been here one night until what? Right after 12, Art?
Yeah, it was after midnight. I made Rick Quest cry.
Well, no,
Yeah,
not
that
with
wasn't
request.
my
When we
I
did
had
the,
experienced it.
That was
doesn't
before
matter.
my time.
no, when we did a survey for the comprehensive
Okay,
plan.
yeah, we want to get it finished.
And
Yeah,
then we were compiling all the data.
yeah,
So every one of us was sitting here with a stack
yeah.
and counting
Yeah,
and counting.
we had 300-400 surveys returned, and we were going through them.
I think it was more than that.
It maybe was. It was good results.
That's good.
I think the latest on my tenure was around 9:30, I believe, because I know it was definitely after 9. And,
But typically, it's an hour and a half.
Yeah.
that's a
2 hours would be a long meeting.
It's a good reason to stop working, go take a shower, shave, get on clean clothes. And
See, I didn't even eat dinner yet because I know it's gonna be a short meeting. So I'll go home
Are
and
you
eat dinner.
saying something about the way?
Oh,
nope, I'm just saying it's always, for me, it's always a good excuse to stop working and get cleaned up. And it's like, the end of the day. Today was a long one.
Yeah.
So.
Anything else, Jamie?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well,
Okay.
that's all I have.
Okay.
Do you need something?
I'd like to thank you again, Ed, for your dedication. You went beyond the call. You'll be big shoes to fill, but Robin, I think, will be up to it. Her feet are still growing.
We'll have to give her some lifts or something.
Well, thank you.
That's mean. That's
Thank you,
mean.
Art.
You're welcome.
Greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean it. So thank you.
So do you need anything from me yet?
Who?
I make a motion.
Oh, yeah,
Don't
that'd
make
be
a
good.
motion.
I was waiting for somebody to
I'll
do
make
it,
a
so-
motion that we adjourn.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Thank you, everyone. Meeting adjourned.
So Peter used to do that.
I am
I've taken
ending
it over,
stream.
making that last
And you
motion.
always have to do it twice.